Lynn Bart Kiss, or Lynn the cleaning lady, said Mom, who is Donna, to Lynn. Lynn, how many illegal alive human being descended into shunts? How many illegal alive shunts did you make? Because you cleaned my house all by yourself, and you never left so that someone else could clean, and you didn't just clean something and leave so someone else could come and clean something else. Like you clean out the refrigerator and somebody else will come and clean the stove. Because you occupied my house until I don't live there anymore, and it is my house. If you don't want it to be my house, why don't you just leave after you clean something, and then you don't want to clean anymore because it's not my house to yourself. You seem like you have some kind of problem with Donna. Let's say that's true. Why didn't you just leave so that somebody else could have a problem with Donna? Because I just did a wipe over the GE right here, and it leaves these streaks. So let's say I say, this is what Mrs. Pogrant says, I drive for General Motors. So let's say I use the wipe and I'm going to clean for General Electric, right? So I can, but it leaves these streaks. So I'm not really the right person to do the cleaning again. It has to be somebody else, or really, this is a used stove. It needs to be replaced by that. I would just leave here and go live someplace else because it was brought in here, so I need to leave. So I don't know Lynn, the cleaning lady, as being someone who could clean every brand named appliance in my house, or she could clean for the cars parking in the garage, which are different, uh, what do you call it, makes and models of cars, a new car every 2 or 3 years in each parking space of the two parking spaces in the two cars garage of my first house, or the second, the condominium had two spaces in the garage. So what I need from Lynn is I need to know uh, why she doesn't have responsibility now at my self-deceased, that she allowed everybody who's not herself to herself because she was cleaning my house. And at this point, this is how we acknowledge that it was my house that she was cleaning, but she would not clean it for myself because I don't live there anymore. She cleaned the house, and then I had to leave because of somebody occupant in my house, and she was cleaning up after them. You know, the other bedrooms in my house, I didn't use all the bedrooms with my clothes and my items. There were other people's things in there that she was cleaning, where they had been. So why is Lynn not responsible to herself for that? She allowed everyone outside of my house, but really it's not alive that way. It's double the population. You pretty much just populated the world standing room only, and God cannot make a motion that way if we do it all in real time. So how did I lose my house in real time? Because I left my house and I lived outside of my house from 1995 until 2025, pretty much. There was about a year and 3 months that I lived in my house for after graduation because I was working. And so I worked and I didn't get keys to live elsewhere. And I worked until I had to quit my job. I went to school for between the ages of 3, preschool, all the way through graduation from university. And then I went to work for 4 months. And Lynn, the cleaning lady, was in my house cleaning when I didn't give her any money. She cleaned, well, she could have cleaned once and I didn't give her any money and she didn't come back, but she did come back. I was working and I didn't leave money for Lynn to clean the house, and she did come back and clean it again. Well, I mean, I think she knows who I am, so she didn't think that I owe her any money, but I don't live there anymore. Why not? What happened? Yeah, but I can't work for more than 4 months for money. Lynn was cleaning my house since she's the first cleaning lady of 2 of them. There were 2 at the same time. One left and Lynn stayed, and she cleaned from when she had a partner cleaning to then she was cleaning alone after that. Lynn, same person. Lynn, I know who you are. And she cleaned all the way until I didn't live in my house anymore. So she saw me grow up. She knows what I looked like when I was little, and my appearance changed a lot. Well, she left me in a position of needing to cook because Mom wasn't cooking, clean because Lynn's not cleaning, work, but I'm not Dad and Mom and myself all working. I'm just me working. I'm also not Lynn working. I'm me working. I'm not a dog. I don't have a dog. I have to replace that I don't have a dog. And I have to drive a car, and not 2 cars, not 3 cars. I have to drive 1 car, not 4 cars. I have to drive 1 car. Now I don't have a car at all. Nobody's driving. Nobody's parking keys for cars. Well, so who does Lynn clean for? She doesn't clean for the brand name appliances. Like Mrs. Program would say, she drives for General Motors. And then Lynn would not say, I clean for Amana, I clean for General Electric light bulbs, I clean for Sears, that they would replace something if it breaks. And then she wouldn't say she cleans for, she parks all the cars, she cleans for, she doesn't really clean. What does she clean for? She cleans herself out. Cleans herself out? So she's an occupant who doesn't stay. But she took money for that. She took money for the cleaning. And she broke something. She broke something in my first house. She broke a figurine. It's not my figurine. Did Mom have some figurines in my house? Yes, she broke one. That's no way to put Mom out. You can't just break something that belongs to Mom and make her angry with me and spend my money to buy another one. Lynn, well, I don't understand you don't speak correctly. Why don't you just leave? Because you don't speak correctly is where you are, not exactly who you are. It's where you are. You're in the wrong place at the wrong time. You have to leave if you don't know how to get Donna to leave because you broke something cleaning. That means somebody else needs to clean. Well, that's you. That's you even if you think you need to be there. That's you saying that you don't need to be there anymore cleaning. She wasn't just sitting and watching TV. She was cleaning. Do you know what get out? You can't get anything out of cleaning. That's a debt. You don't get in debt. It's not G-E-B-T and D-E-B-T debt. It's not get and debt. You can't get anything out of a debt that's cleaning. You have to get out because you don't get in when you're cleaning. You don't get in, you don't get out. You don't get when it's cleaning. It's a debt. Well, she's so much damages. Is that why she's there? Are we all here to see if you even care about the damages? Well, let me say it. For Lynn, let me say it this way. I don't know anyone who cares about how low you have gone in my life. I don't know anyone who says, I have a self and I don't do that to myself. I don't know anybody who says, I don't do that wrong thing to myself. I have said that. But why? Why should I have to say that? Because you don't know who I am? I don't clean my own house because there's people in there I don't clean after, which is Donna. She's not Donna. She's in my house, and I can't clean after her. And if she caught me cleaning, I can't fight with her. Is Lynn just there to threaten Donna if she tries to interfere with Lynn's cleaning, that they're going to fight? They can't fight in the house. I can't clean in the house because I can't fight with Donna. Well, Lynn can't clean in the house if she can't fight with Donna in the house. That's Donna needing to be outside the house, and you can only clean the house if I'm the only one in there. I know Donna's out for the day, but you can't be there if she's coming back. You don't know when she's going to get back. You can't just make an arrangement that Donna is not in the house and you're going to clean it while she's out. As if that's an agreement you're not going to fight. What kind of agreement is that? You need to be in a prison because you even brought up the subject. If you even have the tension in the air that there's a fight between Donna and Lynn, that's a physical fight because you don't speak correctly, you need to be in jail and prison on that point, that you would have a physical fight in there. You may not even meet again in the prison. You didn't separate it so that you could go into a prison for that point. I don't want to fight with Donna. I need to be in a prison. That's what Lynn needs to say. Lynn says, I don't want to fight with Donna. I need to be in a prison. And then when she gets to the prison, if she never sees Donna again, she will have another matter about herself in the prison so she can die in there. Well, Lynn cleaned the house from 1983 until 2000, 17 years of cleaning my house every week. And she didn't fight with Donna or separate from the threatening that Donna was coming back to the house after Lynn was done cleaning it. I don't see Lynn coming to clean around here. Well, we don't know that until later. We don't know what she's going to do or where she is or who she is. I don't know she's not going to clean until it's time for me to clean because nobody else will. And nobody else like Lynn comes around here. Why? So she went around there for Donna. She's cleaning Donna's house for her, but Donna doesn't have a life that way. What, is that why you didn't fight? Is that what you think? I know, but she doesn't have a life that way. Do you know what alive is? Alive is when you have property, when you have mind, when you move around. If you can put a key in a car and turn the ignition over and the car starts, that is aliving for you, that the car is alive, it started, and you can even move it and drive it, as in, I've seen you all drive your cars. You can drive the car. If you can drive it in reverse, you can drive it forward, you can speed, you can go on the highway. The car moves. It's alive that way. Donna doesn't have a life that it's her house. She's not even there. If you think that's her house, let's say that's true. Is that really Donna's house? There's no house there. The whole world's not there. That's what I mean. She doesn't have a life that way. So, are your illegal genital penis problems and the female castration of the penis is illegal because the penis is illegal? So the female castration of the penis, do you don't understand what's alive and what's not alive? And that's why you have illegal genitals. You can't pay for that with that you are trying to find out what's alive for you. Because it's not really alive. If you have a penis, it's not really alive. Yeah, but you're above and beyond that Lynn Bartkus, or Lynn the cleaning lady, doesn't have a penis, but she's a castration of the penis, so there's that. She's a castration of the penis. If she doesn't have a live in the house, that it's Donna's house and she's cleaning for Donna. If she doesn't have a live that way, she is female, doesn't clean the house. So how did she clean it? I'm saying she cleaned it. I saw her doing it. Great Offending with Lynn Bartkus. Watching Alex Trebek, Jeopardy! That's Great Offending with Lynn Bartkus and Lynn the Cleaning Lady. The condominium 2606 in Mequon, Wisconsin. She was cleaning in there, and after school I would turn on Jeopardy, and she would stop cleaning for some of the questions and answers and questions. Like she would watch some of the Alex Trebek with me. And Alex Trebek was still on during the years of Charles Toe, all the way until some diagnosis of pancreatic cancer. But he said he was going to keep working. But why didn't he have that he's some kind of organizer of people who would be, because he's loitering as the host. So I thought of Lynn Bartkus when I would see Alex Trebek on Jeopardy on TV, and he got older, but he's still so sharp. He knows everything. So many years of Jeopardy. I need to watch the time now for the pizza. It'll be 19 minutes, 18 to 19 minutes, plus the oven has to heat up. So what do you want to talk about? Because all I have to talk about is today is my last day in Alive. It's my final day in Alive. This is my last dinner, but I don't have a forward for that. That's not true for my soul because it doesn't see it that way because it's deceased. That means it's threatening that I might be alive tomorrow and I'll need something. And if you put me in the intensive care unit, I am fretting about it that I don't have food that way. And I don't need the food anymore, but I do need it if I'm alive. That means you need to do something about the food, but you have leverage that's shut down right now, which is Mitch Hello bringing food himself to here, or that he would send it by his cell phone. And my cell phone receiving text message when the food is out in the parking lot, so I don't have to wait out there for the 2-hour window, or that I wouldn't even know when it's going to be there at all, because the store won't notify me when it's going to make the delivery. It won't notify me, it will notify Mitch. The store didn't reach out to me that it would take over the payments for Mitch because he's from state of Wisconsin and so am I. So they don't really acknowledge that neither one of us is in state of Wisconsin to make payments off of my house address is in Wisconsin. That's where I know Mitch. And why are you living off of Mitch Hello? As though you're not living off of my parents' money. And that's the reason he won't pay out a key to myself for the food that he's willing to send over here. But it doesn't look right because he didn't give me the key to this apartment because he's from state of Wisconsin. He doesn't have keys in Nevada before I was here, because I didn't make such an agreement with Mitch that I would be moving to state of Nevada. That's not an agreement. I'm from Wisconsin. Mitch Hello belongs in state of Nevada, Area 51 prison. And you still want his food money, and you still want to tell me that there's something wrong with myself if I don't get a job and start trying to do population control. But so what we would like to know at this point is, what did you want out of me doing population control for you? Because you don't acknowledge who I am elsewhere, and it doesn't know elsewhere. But here at the end, you're refusing to give me what is mine to myself when the superior founder is rested, that he is deceased. No matter what, you don't give me the food for free. I should get takeout food right now so I don't have to make a frozen pizza. And you won't bring me any takeout food because superior founder died against yourself. That's his food anyway. And you don't think it's his food to himself. You don't think it's his food to myself, to yourself. What kind of a question is that after all that you put me through? Oh, 5. Okay, 5 minutes after 5 p.m. is see the pizza if it's done. December 7th, year 2025. Today's a Sunday. Okay. I am moving along to something to hear, so there's something to say after that.
Never sue the other driver after a car accident. There's a better way to get paid a way bigger check without having to go to court. Good morning, sweetheart. Rise and sweat. I'm riding you warm and wet. No need for talk, no need to move. Just let me bounce and find my groove. I'm not here to fold your clothes. I'm here to curl your toes. My body's soft, my drip is real. Let me show you how I heal. I'm the maid with the morning mop. Don't need a bucket, I make it drop. I ride your car, can grind you clean. Polish that pole like a pleasure machine. You've been stressed Your pulse I purr, your tongue explores. You've never been this hard before. I'm the maid with the morning mop, tight and slick, go hard, never stop. I ride your pipe and grind you clean, polish that pole like a pleasure machine. Rise up, my love, and grab my waist. Let's not let this morning waste. No chores, no plans, just grip and trust. I'll cleanse your mind with every thrust.
Well, I am homeless in the threatening. That is Lynn, the cleaning lady, doing work. It's true that she's angry. She doesn't have karma to be anywhere. And she did rough cleaning on my house using Windex. That's what I remember to begin with. And then, what about vacuum cleaner? Dusting. She did dusting. Well, I didn't watch her clean. I don't watch Mom cook either. Well, if they're there, that's what they're doing. Yeah. Even if I don't watch their body do the motions. But I do the motions with my body. When I cook with my body. And when I clean with my body. I don't know if it's fair that Charles Toe was consuming that I was cleaning because I cleaned because I'm in order, but I'm not cleaning for someone else. If you want to clean for someone else, you have to be shunning. And I don't clean in front of Charles Toe watching me unless I catch something that needs to be cleaned right away and he happens to be there. But other than that, no, I'll clean when there's space. So he doesn't see me cleaning. I don't really mean to do it for him because he's there. I do it for God because God is there. And then Charles Toe can see that I did that. I want the part of God that's in Charles Toe, that's God in there, that sees that I did clean. But I don't actually clean for Charles Toe as a debt. I don't clean for the debt. I want to say that should be shunning, and I don't shun the cleaning. I do it myself, which means I do it for myself. And Lynn Bartkus, or Lynn, the cleaning lady, does she shun the cleaning? I don't watch her in room to room to room of the house. What have I seen her do? Maybe spray the mirrors with glass cleaner and wipe them down. Maybe I've seen that. She showed me how to do that when I was little. That's the first thing I did when I found out she was a cleaning lady. She gave me the spray, the Windex spray, and I sprayed the glass of a mirror and I cleaned it. Yeah, but I realized at my size I couldn't do the cleaning myself. Well, Hans and Donna were making it so the house needed cleaning. I'm not supposed to find it a mess. I didn't find the house a mess, but I did find that I'm not in the house anymore, so it's wrong to me that way. Maybe a mess. I can't live in a mess. That's not a question. Five minutes, and then I have to take the pizza out. Oh, all right, here. So I'm looking at abaya for child or kid or youth. So let's say for child, abaya for child. I like this one. The child can't afford its ears hearing. It has a mouth exposed is really due to be covered. The eyes are due to be covered. The whole head should be covered. But that's an improvement upon shorts and a t-shirt. The purse is a no. The child doesn't carry that in its hand, is due, even though it's the same color, but that's money it doesn't afford. These two pictures don't go together. Well, I might appear in my little form someplace. And I have an order of what I would wear, but I am looking at that I've been female and it'll be small again, but the feminine genitals, the mutilated genitals of the male, which are on myself, and now they are also mutilated, deceased. So I might wear something feminine, but not really, because I'm not really a female. But I'm looking at what is there small that I could wear on my small form. I don't really quite look like that. That's maybe the size of who I am when I'm first alive, but the head, I don't have a head like that. My head is in order. So what would I wear? I'm looking, but I don't see anything. But I would like to cover my ears and cover my mouth. But I don't cover my mouth because there's nothing wrong with it. But I want it to show that I don't have to talk to you anymore. Cover my ears. I don't want to hear you anymore, definitely. Yeah, but there's nothing wrong with my ears. I'm just going through the mind of what it's like to be around you in the afterlife. Yeah, I need out of the head order. And yeah, I don't know what that is here because I have a head and that will be true elsewheres. I have a head and I'll find out that I don't have one uh, after coming. Oh, all right. Well, this is, I will go through this quickly. This is illegal in the house or in a room, indoors in a room. That needs to be in a building, outside the building. Yeah, inside here, that's damages we don't afford. I have to go get the pizza. Oh, I have to clean this. Something's stuck on it. Okay, give me a moment. So, Hans and Donna, mom and dad, they moved to Tucson, Arizona, and bought a house and left me in a rental apartment that they paid 1 month's rent on. If that was to walk me away from the house, can I go back to Mequon? Because they didn't say that in the office. Dad wasn't even there. Well, why no confrontation? Wasn't that God's messy problem? Did he solve that confrontation by that he didn't put them in prison and I don't go into prison because it doesn't go in there because it's not alive that way? Well, all I did was just pay for the next 25 years of I'm not going to jail for you with all the new shunts in Tucson, Arizona. But I'm not supposed to have that problem because it was only a 3 years agreement to be there. It wasn't permanent. I didn't say to my parents I was moving to Tucson, Arizona permanently. It was temporary for food, to get food because they didn't give me food in the house. Does that sound, ooh, are you sucking on me? But I eat. I don't have a life without eating. You're sucking on me that I should have known they were going to burn me over the food. I don't have a life without eating. I have to go. I am myself. I must go pursue the food. Must. I don't have another way here. And I don't sell myself for food into hunger. I didn't give somebody else my food for food. And, well, that's what you think about Charles Toe. Charles Toe and I have an agreement that he'll eat half my food so I can have some and live. No, I don't actually have a life that way. I used to eat all my food. If Hans and Donna aren't eating, they didn't die. Well, I'm not going to help you with this Charles Toe problem. It doesn't exist. I'm deceased. It's still angry. I'm going to die tonight. Today's my last day alive, and I'm looking at the food, and I'm telling you exactly what it's worth to me. I don't want to eat it. Can we just throw this video out? So Lynn Bardkiss, she didn't die, or Lynn the cleaning lady, she didn't die. Aunt Audrey didn't die. Dad didn't die. All these people didn't die. Mom bought a house in Arizona, and she just locked me out of my house when she got a new house. I don't get it. She got another house, and she locked me out of another house. Well, so God did something like say, well, Donna just wanted the house, and she doesn't have to go to prison for that she stole a house and locked Becky out of a house. And God left Donna alive in the house. Who can afford that? Well, I'm not going to help you with that. Yes, we have another problem. Donna's money management problems. But that's the order. I did the order. I don't actually need to be tested. Yeah, I did the order. I find you are in contempt. You don't know how to take the money out of the bank because it's illegal to do that. Yeah, I know why I took the money out of the bank, and it's illegal to do that, and it was illegal against myself, not illegal against somebody else. So is God having trouble, death, and creation because he doesn't have Hans and Donna in prison? They've been here to Las Vegas to see Charles Toe, and they take me out to lunch because I eat. So when you're done sucking on the threatening because you don't have a life that way, what are you going to do about how I don't have a life anymore with you sucking the threatening? It doesn't matter what you think. It matters what you think. It doesn't matter what you think. It matters what you think. That's me saying it matters what you think to you. And you say it doesn't matter what you think. And then if you have to say I don't know what you think, then you say it matters what you think to me. It matters what you think to me because I don't get the money of what you think in God for God to give deceasement of everything formed. Well, what you look at looks like what you think. If you have a dong genital, and if you have a penis genital, you're really just spiraling down into lower and lower debt if you're not deceased to everyone who's not yourself. This is hot. I reached over it and I carefully did not touch itself. So Lynn Bardkiss, after all the years of cleaning, when you really do homeless on that point, I'm not hiring you to clean my house so that you can be devoted to myself. Your devotion is to your own self, died out of formed. So if you clean something, you have to say, I don't need to clean anymore because and then you just have to go outside homeless, and you have to be trespassed out of homeless and go to prison. We don't know who's in the condominium. Steve was there. By that, he brought the TV out of there. But we don't know who was really in there. it was sold, is what Mom said, but she wouldn't tell me to who. And I don't know what her problem is because without the pornography in view, I don't know how to help you. Heaven is watching me from above, but it doesn't look like that when I'm making the motion. I don't see heaven above. No, I don't know what it's thinking. I don't know who's watching. I assume somebody's watching because they must be quite fascinated with all the sex. So I will say it. You mean sexual abuse? There we are.